How are Iowa voters feeling about Donald Trump tonight? The Boston Globe's Matt Visor is in Des Moines. Matt, what's your thought, the pulse of the area, of the state?
Yeah, I mean, there is a sense among Trump supporters they are not going away. They are pleased with this decision. I think that the key is with the people who are still undecided this late in the game, who may feel that he's spurning Iowa in some way by not allowing them to hear his closing argument.
Do you run into anybody that says, well, I just don't know. I'm going to vote Republican, but I don't know. Are you meeting these people?
There are some who are still sort of toying with the Trump or toying with the Rubio. You know, there's a few. There's more in New Hampshire than there are here, but there are some still who are undecided.
And what is it that's what they say that what's going to make the big difference between now and Monday to them?
I think the debate has been the key thing that a lot of people have been looking to. It's the highest profile opportunity for the candidates to talk to everybody, and that, I think, is the gamble that Trump risks losing by not participating in the debate. He gives all the other candidates an opportunity.
Any idea how many people are going to show up, or like have they sold tickets, or I mean, not sold, but given away tickets to his counter event?
They are just starting that process. They've announced at this auditorium at Drake University where the venue is going to be. They're taking tickets. It's open right now. So I think we'll get a sense on you know, how big of a crowd that they'll expect. But I think they're trying to build a pretty big crowd to make a statement.
It's dominating the political talk shows and all the newspapers and everything else. In Iowa, is everybody talking about Trump and whether he shows up or not show up at the debate? He says no, but is that the subject?
People are talking about it, although it's interesting, you know, this morning, this news made the front page of the Washington Post and of the New York Times. It did not make the front page of the Des Moines Register and papers around Iowa. It was a late-breaking story, but it was not front-page news here. There's a lot of conversation about other candidates and sort of who's closing strong. Ted Cruz has been doing an awful lot these past few days. So I think there's, you know, there's other things going on that's not just Trump.
I think it's fascinating that didn't make the front page of the Iowa papers, but we're consumed with it. Anyway, Matt, thank you. And from TV to the campaign trail, the two leading Republican candidates, Senator Ted Cruz and Donald Trump, have very different ground games in Iowa. Senator Ted Cruz has been taking a 99-county bus tour around the state, while Donald Trump has been visiting local diners and holding lots of rallies. So who has the better ground game in Iowa? Time Magazine's Zeke Miller is live in Des Moines, Iowa. Zeke, if they don't show up to caucus for you, it doesn't matter if they like you. So tell me, who seems to have the more effective ground game at this point?
Well, certainly the Ted Cruz campaign has the more effective ground game. They're doing it the traditional way, from the ground up. They have hundreds of people living in a Camp Cruz in a dorm here that they rented out. They have, you know, effective field operations, door-knocking programs, and the like. The Trump operation is, by comparison, fairly rudimentary, just a bunch of call centers calling Iowa voters. So they're betting that the Trump celebrity can get people to turn out, those new voters to turn out, while Cruz is sort of running a traditional caucus operation.
I've been out there when it's so cold you don't even want to go outside, you know, and it really takes a lot of stamina. And I'm from Wisconsin, as I keep repeating to everybody, but it takes a lot of stamina to go out there. I mean, do you have any sort of prediction of what the weather in Iowa is going to be like on Monday?
I just checked that today, just trying to figure out when I'm going to fly home. Right now, it looks like they're going to get a big snowstorm on Tuesday in Iowa, but that doesn't look like it's going to impact caucus night. So that's a really good thing for Donald Trump, since those are the low propensity voters are the ones most likely to support him.
As you drive around Iowa, whose signs do you see the most of?
You certainly see a lot of Ted Cruz signs. You see a lot of Donald Trump signs and a lot of Jeb Bush signs. His team has done a lot on the ground here. Not as many Rubio signs, but there are a few.
A lot of young people, you know, the big question is what will they do? And sort of hard to, you know, they're very enthusiastic online, maybe not so enthusiastic when you got to get them to a caucus place. Do you have any sort of sense of the young vote right now? Are the young people likely to show up in droves or not?
You know, that's been the big gamble that the Rand Paul campaign has been making this entire cycle. They've been saying they're going to bring out 10,000 students from campuses. Unlike the last caucus, this one of the students are back in town at Iowa State and Iowa University of Iowa. At the same time, we're not seeing that in polling right now. It's a very hard subgroup to measure in surveys, but it doesn't seem to be the case that young voters are going to make a major impact on the cycle. They seem to be folks sort of voting along the patterns of everyone else in the age group. You know, some broke it up for Trump, some for Cruz, some for Rubio.
All right, Zeke, free advice. Make your airline reservation now. Beat out everybody else in the media because everybody tries to get back at the same time. Anyway, good luck.